Greetings, you savages. If you live in the state of Alabama, our Governor Kay Ivey has recently signed into law Permitless concealed carry. Also, it's been announced that there will be the availability of a lifetime permit to carry concealed, and some folks are confused as to why you would need both. In addition, there's controversy, of course, surrounding this subject. Stick around and we'll scope all this out in just a moment. Now, before we begin, let me point out that I'm not reading any of this verbatim. Everything I'm about to say is paraphrased. With that in mind, let's begin. So in the state of Alabama, like I said, Governor Kay Ivey has signed into law permitless concealed carry. Now, the first major problem I'm seeing is the reporting. I've seen several news outlets state that Alabama now has permitless concealed carry. Well, the law has been signed, but it has not taken effect yet. It won't take effect until January the 1st in the year 2023. So please don't get jacked up on this. If you don't have a permit to carry a concealed weapon and you are caught now carrying that concealed weapon without a permit, you can actually still be arrested. So of course the next issue is, well, why then would I need a lifetime permit to carry if we have permitless carry? Well, the answer to that is reciprocity for other states. You see, other states will recognize and respect our permit to carry a concealed weapon, so you can carry through their states with Alabama. Now, that's depending on the individual states. If you're traveling, I strongly suggest that you check into those states to make sure that they accept our permits for concealed carry. So to put it in a nutshell, yes, you can carry within the state of Alabama after January of 2023 without having to have a permit. Permitless carry is law, but to travel to other states, again, you do need to have your permit to carry concealed, which is a lifetime permit. Now, along with this new law, there are some new changes to help law enforcement, such as the duty to declare. If you're in a vehicle and you have a firearm and you're asked by a cop, you have to declare that you have a firearm in your possession. There's also a no-touch requirement, meaning that if you touch your firearm with your fingers or your hand at all, well, that's a Class A misdemeanor. Of course, common sense would tell you not to be touching your firearm when approached by the police anyway. Now, this next one shocks me a little bit because I would have thought that this was already common practice. Basically, if during the course of an officer's duty he has reasonable suspicion to believe that the subject he's dealing with has engaged or is about to engage in criminal activity, or he feels that it's necessary for his safety or the safety of the general public or the individual he's investigating, he can temporarily take that subject's weapon. It kind of shocks me. I kind of figured that was already a rule, or at least common sense, but apparently it needed to be added to the law. Now, you may have heard that the Alabama Sheriff's Association strongly opposes this, and there's a reason for it. Now, the argument from the opposition is, well, the Sheriff's Association is upset because they're going to lose money on the sales of these permits, but it actually goes a bit deeper than that. It's my understanding that for a long time, this has been a tool by law enforcement to get stolen guns off of the streets. The thing is, you would think, well, when they find someone with a firearm, well, why don't they just run the serial number and find out if it's been reported stolen? The problem is, according to law enforcement I've spoken with, many people, when they purchase a firearm, not only do they not buy a safe, very often they don't keep a record of the serial number. So yes, they report the firearm stolen, and then when the officer finds the subject on the street carrying the stolen firearm, there's no way to identify that as the stolen firearm. A law-abiding citizen generally has no problem going and getting a permit to carry a concealed weapon. Yeah, it costs a few bucks, but it's a minor inconvenience. The average criminal is not going to take that step to get that permit to carry a concealed weapon. Therefore, with this new law, it is very conceivable that law enforcement officers will be catching individuals with stolen weapons concealed. They will search them, find the weapon, or the person, if they're savvy enough, will declare, "I do have a weapon concealed about my person." And the law enforcement officer will probably take the weapon temporarily to investigate, run the serial number, it won't come back as stolen, and that law enforcement officer will then be put in the highly unenviable position of having to return a firearm that may or may not be stolen to an individual. That's the problem. But it is law now. And it is what it is. As always, remember, motorcycles and firearms are inherently dangerous. So until next time, try not to die.